In this video, I'm showing you how to make some paper rosettes. So here I'm using our double-sided paper packs. These are all cut to 24 by 12 centimetre lengths, so that's a perfect length to use if you're using a different kind of paper. I've got a cutting mat here, and this is just useful as it shows me where each 1 centimetre is. But I'm using a pair of scissors to score down 1 centimetre along the piece of paper the whole way down the sheet. Now this paper's 120 GSM, it's recycled paper. You want to use a similar weight when you're doing these, as it's just the right weight to be able to easily fold, but do be careful not to score too deep. So once I've got it scored, I'm then just going to fold the whole way down the sheet, creating these zigzag folds. So once you get it all together, smooth it out and put it back down and grab one of your bobbins of thread. Now these come with our paper sets, but you can also use any thread of your own or any ribbon. I'm cutting around about 30 centimetres long. And then I'm going to wrap this around the centre. Now don't worry if you're not bang in the middle, because you can just shuffle this along once you've got it tied. So wrap it round and then tie it in a knot. If you want to spend a bit more time with it, you can do them slightly longer and tie a bow or something like that, something more decorative, but I'm just tying a knot here. So once I've got that tied, I'm going to trim off the excesses and I'm going to shuffle it along just to make sure it's bang in the centre. And then you see how you can start folding out to create your rosette. So I'm going to now stick them together, and whilst you can use something like double-sided tape, I find that it does require quite a strong join, so I find it much easier just to use a stapler. That way you have a really permanent join and you can use them year after year. So I flattened out 2 of the folds around where I want to join it, just to make it easier with my staple to get in there. So I flattened them down and then I'm going to puff them back up again. I'll repeat that on the other side. And there I have my rosette. Now you can hang these individually. If you do hang them individually, you'll need to string some string through it and then staple the string at the top or in one position along the rosette just to make sure it hangs vertically, not goes flat. You'll see this when you start experimenting with it. But here I'm just showing you how to connect them as a garland. So all I'm doing is I'm threading up my needle and then I'm going to pass it through. And I'm picking one side that I want to be the back. Now I tend to pick this side to be the side that I've scored because you see there's little white lines along the scored side. But the white lines also can be quite nice, so it doesn't really matter which is your front and the back. And then if you do want to secure where your rosettes are in your garland, then you can just use your stapler again and just staple it in place. So you'll see I'm going to do that here. I'm just picking my end one, I'm pulling the thread to one side, and I'm just going to staple it in place. You won't see these staples from the front because they sort of get blended into all the folds, but it just means that your string's not going to move. And that's it. That's as simple as it is to create these rosette garlands. You can use them individually or you can use them all strung together. In your pack of papers, you'll be able to create 20 of these, or you could even cut down your paper into smaller sizes and make some minis. So from each sheet of paper, you could get four different rosettes out of it. And here they are all strung together. I hope you enjoy.